Summer's peak is over, but did you know that you still have to wear sunscreen in the fall and the winter too? And also in the spring and the summer, because the sun will outlive us all. Okay, so yeah, if you are sun-loving but also dermis-owning, stay tuned as I slap on this stuff all over San Diego. I have a disturbingly large collection of sunscreens that I scooped up right quick when my medical insurance was ending. Oh yeah, sunscreen qualifies for Flex Dollars, so see the description box for details on how to get free sunscreen through your insurance. There's so much to do at the beach. I can't. There's that. And this. Okay. Oh, what? I think it's important to release this video later in the summer just to remind everyone that, the sun is still out in the fall and in the winter. With global warming, we have to be aware that the seasons run late. Heat and UV radiation are a little bit more inconsistent in our world. And so please wear sunscreen every day, even when you're inside. If you're near a window, you are still getting hit with UVB and UVA rays. You have to reapply sunscreen every 3 hours or right after you come back from the water. So I like to stow away a tube of Vichy Ideol Soleil. This sunscreen is $30, SPF 45, and is chemical based, which is why it doesn't have that streaky white residue. If you like that slick feeling with an oily residue, this is a good sunscreen for you. I mean, that sounds awful, right? But to be honest, sometimes I don't mind looking kinda glowy and dewy. It's all about perspective with Vichy Ideol Soleil. Maybe that's French for perspective. If you prefer a physical sunscreen to a chemical sunscreen, try looking into baby sunscreens. The Bare Republic Mineral Sunscreen Baby Lotion is a quintessential one. It's strong, cheap, and mineral-based. But typical of formulations with zinc oxide, it leaves a crazy white cast and is very hard to rub in. This is really affordable sunscreen though, or really expensive spackle. What the heck, heckers? This is $48. I mean, do you know how much spackle I could get with $48? I would pass. Although, I don't pass. I already own it, so I do use this around my eyes every morning. But if I end up gorgeous and immortal, I'm gonna go ahead and credit my mom and dad's genes, my general sunscreen regimen, and the fact that I drink the blood of an honest man every morning. Those things are doing so much more for me than this eye cream, I'm pretty sure. Also, I read the label. This has sunflower, safflower, olive, and pomegranate oil, all of which have the potential to be irritants, and irritating the skin around your eyes is like the least anti-aging thing you can do. By the way, let's not be anti-aging. How about we are anti-skin cancer and anti-destruction of the underlying DNA structure of our skin, but we are pro-aging, pro-wisening, and pro-beauty at all ages. Okay, so to be fair, this has oat peptides and camellia, so there is potential for this compound to soothe your skin. Overall though, this is just a fancy emollient. Emollients are ingredients that slough off dead skin cells and impart a brightening effect on your skin. However, its effects are limited to the top layers of your dermis, and emollients are not helping fight off any free radicals or repairing your collagen framework. Since emollients only give you an external buff to your skin, you actually want to opt for skincare that has humectants. This is the winner. This guy is my favorite sunscreen, and I use it every day. It's chemical based and goes on clear. It has a nice and high SPF of 50. The SPF rating is a measure of how long it takes UVB rays to burn you, so it's nice to know that for products from Asia and UK, such as this one, there is a standard of the PA system indicated, which measures the majority of emissions from the sun, which are UVA rays. So PA++++ is the highest UVA rating granted to sunscreens. As I mentioned, this also boasts humectants to help plump and hydrate your skin by binding onto water molecules on the top of your skin, as well as drawing up water from the deeper layers of your skin. This one's just mwah, so good. Moving on, we have the roche-posay Antelios AOX. This one has SPF 50, is a chemical sunscreen with vitamin C. The vitamin E in this helps stabilize the vitamin C, which has a very difficult time oxidizing. So just be careful that when you use products with vitamin C, it's a little bit iffy whether or not your skin is actually absorbing any of that vitamin C before it oxidizes and degrades. This sunscreen also has cassia leaf, which is an anti-inflammatory, so it's pretty great, but it is $43, so I'm not going to recommend it per se. Then we have the Hoto Labo Gokujin UV White Gel. This is also another favorite of mine. It's pretty much like the Biore UV Rich. Am I going crazy? Nope.
That's disturbing. Okay. Cool.
Okay, where were we? Oh yes, obsessed with the effects of solar energy on the dermis. So this is the Hoto Labo Gokujin UV White Gel. It doesn't have a cast, chemical-based, SPF 50. It has hyaluronic acid, which is a really wonderful humectant. And at $24 in this tub, I use this sunscreen all over my body. It doesn't leave me feeling greasy or sticky, and I know that it's absorbing into my skin if I apply it 10 minutes prior to exposure, and I'm good to go. It makes me really happy, and it might not be the cheapest sunscreen on the market, but my skin is part of my health, and my health is gold to me. Up next, we have a pretty pricey sunscreen brand, MD Solar Sciences. This is the mineral cream. This is awesome. It doesn't have a cast, and it comes on super smooth. It's just so weird. It goes on like silk and feels really, really good. And you're not too shiny afterward, but you feel super oily. So I don't know, it's a great physical sunscreen, but it's pricey. I wouldn't endorse it, and you definitely feel really weird even though it looks okay. Another pricey sunscreen that unfortunately I do really love is a $30 tube of Bioscience Squalane and Zinc Sheer Mineral Sunscreen. This is just SPF 30, which gets you by, and it's mineral based, again, for those who prefer it. I use this on top of my Biore chemical sunscreen on days that I actually go outside, and yeah, I double up on sunscreen with a layer of chemical and then a layer of mineral over it. And this is actually a really good product that is sold in Sephora and Ulta and whatnot, but it is pricey, and I hope the selection of sunscreens I share with you today provide you with a few alternatives and some things to think about. The Kula Mineral BB Cream is a tinted mineral-based SPF 30 sunscreen. It's alright, it goes on real smooth, acts a lot like primer, which is my experience with BB creams. It does separate though, so it has kind of a weird consistency. I feel like it's neither here nor there, but I guess if it's very important to you to lightly tint your skin, maybe you get a little red, or maybe you have spots you want to cover on the beach, then I think this sunscreen is a nice kind of re-app type of thing to keep in your bag. It is $40, so I don't think it's cheap. Wow, I am so tired of talking. Hold on, I need to go to Balboa Park to relax. Beautiful buildings.
This is on par with whatever in Europe.
Cheese. Hello, BB.
What up?
Oh, is this a maze? Oh no. Is it a maze? No, it's not. That'd be cool though.
If you were not too bright, then it could be a maze.
That's what I just said. I'm not smart enough.
No, but see, you realized it wasn't a maze. That means you're
But
too
even at the
smart
park,
for
I have to wear sunscreen. So let's pull out a nice and cheap sunscreen I keep on hand.
pure lavender.
The Alba Botanica is the cheapest sunscreen on the list, and it's not awful. Okay, it's heavily fragranced, which is awful, but other than that, it's a great strong SPF 45 with broad spectrum chemical protection. Derma E Baby Sun Defense Mineral Oil Free Sunscreen. That's a mouthful. This is SPF 30, it's $17 for the tube, has vitamin E and green tea. It's really chalky though, and leaves a really strong cast. But because it's a mineral sunscreen and has green tea extract, I guess it's worth a try if your skin is really sensitive to chemical sunscreens, fragrance, or other ingredients like natural oils. Baby formulated sunscreens are always a good bet for sensitive skin, but you'll definitely run into that trade-off because then for any mineral sunscreen, you're gonna have that white cast. Well, babies don't mind about the white cast because they're perfect little bundles of cheeks and they aren't vain. This is another MD Solar Sciences brand sunscreen. The MD Solar Sciences Daily Anti-Aging Moisturizer with Soleil X is a whopping $75 for a bottle of fragrance. It's oil-based and very fragrant. It smells like potpourri. Potpourri is a weird word. Looks like potpourri. Very unusual. Like the price of this sunscreen. It's not worth it. Let's make a world where people can afford basic skin protection and read properly. We have the Super Goop Sunny Screen, SPF 50, $26. This is pretty good. It's shea butter based and has calendula. And so if you have extra dry, irritated, red, sensitive skin, this might be good for you. But again, note that it's a mineral sunscreen with titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. It's gonna leave that cast. And in my experience, this is a very goopy one indeed, and quite hard to rub in. We can't talk about sunscreen without talking about lip protection. Your lips are just as sensitive to UV radiation. I try to have in my arsenal a few lip balms that have SPF in them. The Neutrogena Revitalizing Lip Balm has SPF 20. It's pretty impressive and seriously underrated. The packaging is so cheap. I mean, this is the product image. It's so lame. You know they're investing the full $8.99 into the ingredients, am I right? No, but really, this is my only lipstick now because the color payoff is great and it has SPF. What more could you ask for? I have one in a pinkish shade and another one in a berry-ish shade. And yeah, I think I'm set for life. Then I have this Super Goop Lip Shield, which has SPF 30. It's even stronger and just a really great coconut oil-based lip balm. Finally, I wanted to give a shout out to the Olay Complete UV 365 Daily Moisturizer with Sunscreen. It's so solid. James puts this on his face every day and he doesn't have skin cancer that we know of. So there's that. For $13, this has niacinamide, camellia, aloe extract vitamin E, and is a combo sunscreen. So it has both chemicals like octinoxate, octocrylene, and octisalate, as well as zinc oxide, a mineral sunscreen. If you're in a pinch and at Target and you need a sunscreen, I would really gravitate toward this one. The ingredients are good and it's fragrance free. Then again, if you have time to wait for shipping, I would go back to the ones that I've mentioned before, Biore UV Rich Aqua Gel and the Hotto Labo one. In conclusion, this is not the lighthearted sunscreen review video I sought out to make and sounds more like a last-minute school project. Speaking of school, maybe I should have been a dermatologist because who else reads the Journal of the American Academy of Dermatology for fun? But thanks for watching. Build a habit of applying sunscreen. Your fine as hell 60-year-old self will thank me. And if you're still watching, congrats! You've made it to the Tell Me How You Really Feel section. So 2 things. Number 1, chemical sunscreens are not bad. In a 2019 study in the Journal of the American Medical Association, researchers observed absorption of chemical sunscreen ingredients into the bloodstream, yes, but it catapulted into a media craze that chemical sunscreen, because it bioaccumulates, is harmful. One of my biggest pet peeves is the deliberate misinterpretation of science to draw hasty conclusions, often exercised not to fully determine what's called grays or generally regarded as safe and effective because it hasn't been established yet as of 2020, but rather to promote an alternative industry to sell new, quote, safe products that are less tested and only stand to distract people using fear long enough for them to shell out cash to alleviate it. This is consumerism at its worst, and pseudoscience perpetuating anxiety in our society. Clearly, I don't think this is okay. Number 2, I'm playing around with video ideas still, but I know one thing for sure. As you can see, my channel has no specific direction, and I'm still very much swimming in creative juices and having fun. I've also hit 100 subscribers. Actually, it's 101, which is a big old deal. And though my audience be humble, I have mighty love for you all, and I promise you that I will never use my platform to promote blind, unfettered materialism, especially the type that exploits the insecurity of young people and women. So if you already have a sunscreen at home, the best thing you can do is use it and not buy anything new or advertised. Do not allow YouTube or ads to conduct your self-esteem or your life. And as always, thank you so much for tuning into these dorky YouTube videos. And let me know in the comments what sort of content you'd like to see from me, or just leave some good vibes for everyone else. I want to go on adventures now. Okay, bye!
You know you got to love me fast, 'cause I last about as long as a sea.